Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it.
We have a pretty interesting gameplay mod called Bedlam Dungeon Randomizer. I've been doing some testing and playing around, and this is a pretty interesting mod as it will mix up how you experience combat in Starfield. But right now, what we're witnessing here is some randomly spawned Crimson Fleet that have walked from somewhere random on the map to this location where I was trying to attack this point of interest, which was also Crimson Fleet. The cool thing is this is a part of the mod, and this aspect of the mod is called reinforcement. Every 30 to 90 seconds, they will call for help, and this can be any of the different factions or any engagement at any point of interest. You'll get 5 different leveled enemies, and they are going to come and attack you at your location. So this is pretty damn epic because you can be in a location and then suddenly get attacked from behind because you'll have enemies coming to your location. So after doing some testing, it appears to work like this. Once you get to a location between 30 to 90 seconds, you could get ambushed from behind, and that spawn will happen only once. But say if we were to head inside this location, and let's say we wait 30 to 90 seconds, and here you go, they've just spawned behind us. Now, it can be anywhere from 1 to 5 different leveled enemies, and what they will be aiming for is they'll run to the leveled boss in this area, which will pretty much catch up to you at some point. But this is a really nice touch. I haven't seen many gameplay mods that really add a different element to exploring points of interest like this. So technically you could get ambushed twice each location. So there's 2 more aspects to this mod, and one of the things it states is that it's going to grab 20 hostile NPCs and move them to a position of another NPC. So that could mean possibly teleporting NPCs all across the map. And in some instances, they might try to run back to their position or they might engage, but it has been a bit hard to notice that aspect. But what I was hoping for is that you'd be running around and you'd be coming across random NPCs. And I think that's kind of the intention. It just probably needs to work a little bit better or a little bit more frequent. However, the idea of this is fantastic because it'd be much more engaging if you're running around on a random planet and you are coming across different NPCs in a party that are also going to assault another position or are just running across the map. The other aspect of this is called the assault, where there's a 20% chance that another faction is preparing an assault against another point of interest. Now, I've been trying to see if this works on neutral points of interest. Doesn't seem to happen frequently enough, but it would be really cool to increase the assault where you're going to get NPCs attacking another NPC's location. It'd make the whole world much more vibrant. It just probably needs to be increased to say maybe 30 or 40%, at least in my mind. But I'll show you what I mean with the assault. Before we check out the assault, it does look like that this mod only impacts the enemy NPCs, neutral NPC locations like say a wind farm. You don't seem to get the backup cord, at least from my testing. Now this is not the assault that I was hoping for, but you can see here we do have a NPC that's been spawned in and that is running to my location. Just another example of the reinforcement part of this mod. I freaking love this. Okay, so here we have an instance of the assault, or the other aspect where it is transferring some of the NPCs to different locations. You can see here we have a scientist at a location that has just spawned tons of crimson, and this is another instance of it. We've got some robots that have come in, so it does happen. Now, unfortunately, other than that, it's been a bit harder to show you the assault in action just because the NPCs are either completely dusted before I get there, but we do have the remnants of it, and it is a really cool mod, and I love to see this, and this is one I'll keep my eye on to see how it progresses. But a truly fascinating and fun mod, and do note some of these aspects are meant to also be replicated in space with the NPCs getting moved to different locations. Now, I'm assuming that is on the actual ships perhaps, as I haven't noticed any difference in space. However, a huge step in the right direction. There is so many ways we can make Starfield much more lively and interesting, and this is one of the good step forwards that I really like to see. This is the Bedlam Dungeon Randomizer by AGD25. Terrific mod, let's keep moving. Now this is a fun mod. I have never seen a companion like this, but here we have Grogu in a floating hover device that we can actually recruit and make our companion. Look at the little guy in his little crib. That's pretty rad. Now this mod is just in its infancy, so it's very basic functionality, but what I'd like to see is like Grogu just having mad Starborn power powers. Now there'll be more sounds added to the Grogu child. At the moment, you can just say basically get him to follow you and get him to stop following you. You can get him to hold items. Pretty cool because yeah, it's just interesting to see this kind of companion mod. Now I'm just curious if there's something actually under him. Okay, yeah, so my curiosity has led me. So he's actually something is there. It's not true hover, but it's still really neat. So this is a fantastic mod. It's called The Child, a Star Wars Companion by Whiskey TX. But I don't think we've seen anything as crazy as this as a companion. Now the unfortunate thing, since it's not truly hovering, it is going to get stuck and not really be able to get upstairs. Let's see if we can do it. It might be able to. Can he do it? No, it doesn't look like it because it's pretty much just a robot reskinned. Still fantastic. I look forward to seeing this develop, and it would be awesome to see some Starborn powers given to Grogu. You can almost get up the stairs, but there you have it. A very interesting companion that you can get to come and join on your travels. Side note, I look forward to when we can get this as a decoration in our decor. Speaking of statues and decorations, we have two cool mods to add to the collection for this. One called Bone-A-Fide Decoration. This is by Pronapsis, which adds some truly freaking unreal mounts that you can add to your ever-expanding decorating collection. And some of these wall mounts are just so well detailed and fantastic. You won't be disappointed with this. It adds over 20 different ones, and you can get a good look at them all here. So many of these you'll be accustomed to seeing scattered across different locations, and to now be able to build those at your outpost or put them on your ship as well. Terrific little decoration mod. Let's check out the next one. Now we can add many of the different statues that you've seen in Starfield. This mod is called Inquisitor's Statues of Starfield, adding 21 new statues. Now they come in various different sizes. I mean, look at this one. This one's a bloody giant. And same with this one. Huge. These will fit in right at home at some particular outpost. Now you can have Solomon Co at your base. That's pretty unreal. Now there's some repeats of these. They just come in silver, copper, or gold. However, just having some statues around is pretty damn awesome. And as you can see, there's some really giant one. Let's just zoom out a bit here so you can get an idea. And there you have it. Look at all the different statues that you can add. Between the wall mounts and these statues, we have some fantastic new decoration mods. So many things are getting added to the decorator now. It's really unreal. This is a good shot of it all, but this is pretty much all the different statues that you'll get, along with some duplications. Always good to see more and more things getting added to the decorator. This is Inquisitor's Statues of Starfield. Let's keep moving. I keep getting blown away by all the different home locations that are being created, and today is no exception, with probably one of the biggest, largest redecorated houses that you can call home that I've ever seen. This huge property and insanely well decorated place is called the Skyline Sanctuary by Zabita. When I say you won't be disappointed, I mean it. This place is deceptively huge. You will get lost in this. And it is all completely decorated and in a beautiful location. Just to give you an idea, as the time goes flying past, you'll have your own spaceport perched among some hills as well as some water, which is, a rarity in Starfield for the most part. So a really fascinating and beautiful location that has been found for this property. As you land, you will be able to make your way through this beautiful terrain that has trees galore and some really nice rocky formation. You'll walk along this path and then be greeted with this giant property, which is mind-melting because this would have taken a long time to decorate. Before we jump in, do note it is just a landing pad. I don't think you can actually edit your ship there. However, let's enter and get a good eyes on what this is. And we've entered at the front door, and this is what you will be greeted with. This fascinatingly decorated huge mansion. Now the lighting I really like in this. It's much more dim. It's not well lit everywhere. I really like the more realistic lighting. It does mean it is much darker in certain places than others. Now this place is truly so huge, we are not going to be able to see it all, but there is just so many huge areas that we have to check out, and we'll just start off with the pool area. The pool area has a huge dining area, bar, as well as a giant pool full of plenty of beachside seats, beds, just an incredibly huge room with decorations and everything everywhere. It feels very lively, almost feels like a resort getaway where you'd expect a bunch of people to be. And probably my favorite part of this whole place is there is many areas where lots of nefarious activities can be had, as well as lots of fun and good times. This place doesn't stop there. It just goes on, and we'll just zoom around this just to give you an idea of some of the scale that we're talking about. It just whips and weaves through many different well-decorated rooms. So much attention to detail. It is really mind-melting. This is a free mod, but this has to be the biggest mod that we've seen that has been completely decorated, at least that I'm aware of. And if there is another one that has been this big and decorated, I would struggle to see that it's been this well decorated and had the same kind of time spent. Now this is another huge sort of lounge room living area that also has tremendously good lighting and just lots of little decorations everywhere. I do just want to take a moment to zoom out and just give you a real idea of the true perspective of what we're talking about here. Look at this place. It is so big, and every single room has been hand decorated from my understanding. I mean, there's some very interesting areas that I haven't really explored yet, but even the ventilation of this actually comes out into a vent where you may be able to get access to somewhere else. I'm not too sure, but it looks like there is a little bit of potential climbing through some of these areas, but you start to get an idea of the sheer scale of this once you really zoom out. Isn't this incredible? Huge props to Sabita for pulling this off, because this is rather incredible. And what is very interesting about this is I do think these vents are actually intentional and something you might be able to get into and crawl through, as they do seem to sort of lead you around this whole area. So it's kind of interesting that this has been included, that, or it's just a lot of attention to detail to actually include the ventilation system within the building. But I know for a fact on the other side of this, in fact, let's just see if we can exit through here. Yeah, maybe you can't go through here, but the fact that this whole system is been included just makes you wonder if there is kind of like a switch or something to be able to sneak through this area, because you can open these vents as well. So very interesting. So some other areas that are worth having a closer look in is some of the bedrooms that have some really interesting features that probably are some of the best that I've ever seen, and it just gets you going and just makes you wonder what could possibly come next. I'm sure in the near future we'll have much better uses for some of these spaces. There has got to be about, I don't know, 20, 30 different rooms in this place. But that gives you an idea of the sheer scale and the level of detail, the terrific lighting, and the huge area to explore and live in. Let's go check out outside. Now, if you want to go outside from inside, find the pool area, and we want to head down to this exit. This is going to take us up these stairs to the outside area. And honestly, the outside area is just as impressive as the inside, with very much of an industrial / party rooftop covering all the bases that you'd kind of expect. You have a bar / party area, some more sophisticated little entertainment lounge areas, then combining with this huge area that also has another pool, diving board, bar. This place looks phenomenal. It even comes with a little locker area. But the other thing I really like about this is that it has a really realistic industrial area at the top. All the heating, air conditioning, gas, you name it, providing a very realistic but also intricately designed roof for a house. I mean, this place is absolutely phenomenal. You will not be disappointed with this. It's going to be hard to get crazier or better than this for a house that is completely free and so well decorated. Now, if you want to find this location, I'll just show you where it is. Now, this is on Razzlehague 2, and you will find the location Skyline Sanctuary upon arriving to this planet, which is Razzlehague 2. And if we zoom out, you can just get an idea. It's very close to Cheyenne. And there you have it. Truly Godsmacked. There you have it. A truly epic place to call home, nested in a beautiful location with water and everything you could possibly ever imagine. Fantastic mod. Let's keep moving. This next mod is epic. Very interesting and something different. So notice this is the armor I have on right now. We're going to go up to the spacesuit workbench. Before that, let's note that we are wearing the Sentinel UC spacesuit. We've got the armor-plated UC jetpack on. And then for the helmet, we have the Ecliptic Space Helmet 1. So here we have the armor-plated UC Anti-Xeno pack. We're going to go to skin, and you're going to notice we're going to have a huge range of choices depending on what spacesuits you have in your inventory. We're going to be able to change the skin, and in some cases this will actually change in this case, most likely the whole jetpack will change the skin to the ground crew. We jump out of here, boom, and we've just changed that skin. So all the properties of that legendary jetpack has now been changed into the ship technician's jetpack. How unreal is this? The mod is called Spacesuit Transmogrification. This is a mind-blowing mod. Boom. Here, as another example, let's change this spacesuit we're wearing. And here it is. We've selected it. We're going to go to skin. Okay, let's change it to the bounty hunter skin. We're going to hit OK. And then instantly we have this crazy looking combination of both those suits. So it's pretty much trying to apply two skins at the same time. It is kind of incredible. It really mixes things up. Now, do note, I can't change the helmet because I don't think it works with any of the modded spacesuits, possibly clothing as well. But what would be interesting interesting. I'll have to run some tests later to see if this will work with TN textile mod, where you can change all the stuff on clothing as well, because that would kind of get crazy if you could. But isn't this a really interesting and unique mod? So it's basically allowing us to get any of the armor, spacesuits, helmets, jetpacks in the game, and then in some cases replace combined various spacesuits. I mean, how mean does this look and unique? I mean, I'm kind of blown away at such a simple idea, but how special this is. So very interesting mod. Certainly give this one a try. You're going to have a lot of fun mucking around with this. You'll be able to create some really unique and different looking suits, because some of the overlap in this instance, Tracker Alliance, or the spacesuit I was previously wearing, a bit thicker than the Constellation. So then it kind of combines the two because one skin's overlaying the other. So you do get some really unusual result, but it's a really fantastic and interesting mod. And this is the Spacesuit Transmogrification by Shrathon Xbox. Very interesting and unique, definitely worth playing around. Let me know if this gels well with TN clothing overhaul mod, because that could be pretty spicy combining these two. So for this next mod, we've covered this before, but it was recently removed off creations and then recently added back. And for this, we're going to head to Vectera, and we're going to head back to where it all started, the Argos extraction mine. And that's in the Narion system. So nice and close. And all we're doing is just heading to the back of the launch pad, landing pad, and we're going to find the ship rebuilt this time. So rest in peace, all the build videos I do, but this is it. So now we have the Mandalorian N-1 Starfighter 2021 pre-built. No longer will you have to build these. Now I'm expecting that we'll see all the different variations, and to be able to take this as your own, we just had to hit activate. It says the force will be with you, and it will set it to your home ship, and then you're good to go. Just jump straight into the cockpit. You probably don't want companions with you, of course, because they'll just do that funny thing where they just drop constantly. And here we go. So this time it's been done and uploaded by the original creator, Electionize. So perfect, nice little mod that we can now just get quick and easy. Just wanted to include this just to let people know that this is now all ready to upload. Now it does have the sounds as well, and it feels just as fantastic as before, if not even better. So good to know. You'll see all the Star Wars ships coming back slowly over time, and you'll be able to enjoy it with a lot of fun. This thing is just such a beast and so quick, so nimble, a lot of fun. We have another awesome mod from Miso Players. This time it's called Buildable Walls and Doors. It's going to be huge for people building outposts, as it offers a huge variety when it comes to being able to build a huge amount of different types of walls and of course doors. Now the cool thing is there's quite a few different sets. Now depending on what kind of hab or your scenario, you can see the utility of this could be huge, because now you can segregate your own hab using dividers, and these are fantastic variations of so many different panels. So I'm just going to build a bunch of them for you just so you can see them all. So we have the green military wall, we have the green military wall side, another side one, got a green military door, another green military door. I won't go through all of it like that, otherwise you'll be here all day, but you get the idea of all the different things we can do. So you'll be able to actually just build structures with these as well, just by connecting all these different walls. So for instance, we could just say build some of these. You know, take a little while to get the line up, but you could sort of try muck around like this as well. Be mad if we could get some snapping with these kind of things, but it gives you the idea. Then we have the science walls. So a very similar approach. We have a variety of different types of doors, walls, and I mean this is a lot. There is so many variations to this. Just have a look at all the science walls. We have the clean panels. So they all have very unique aesthetics. So depending on your location or what you're sort of trying to blend this in with, you pretty much have something to cover the basis. Now do note they do cost 1 iron and 1 aluminium. Just be mindful of that as you are building all these different things. And we also have the green industrial set, and just to save you some time, just a quick look at all the different ones just to give you an idea. And lastly, we have the luxurious ones, or the luxe walls, again offering a similar variety. Some of these look more like pillars, a bit of decoration, but it definitely expands on what was possible before, with some excellent looking doors. Like those look like the elevator doors in some of the hotels that we have in Starfield. I mean, we are just getting absolutely spoiled with all the things being added to the decor. And just to give you an idea, like this is pretty much what this mod has to offer. So all these different sets of variations right at a click of a button for you to use at your decorator, at your outpost. So 6 sets, and I like how they were all in their own categories and sorted. It's a really nice, handy way of doing it. Now Miso will be doing a showcase on this herself, so I highly recommend checking out as well, just to get the full lowdown. Fantastic addition to the decorator. Let's let's keep moving. Next mod's fantastic for Star Wars fans as it changes all the in-game contraband to Star Wars theme. And I mean, they really customized it. Here we have the B1 droid head. We have the Berserker ingot. We got the Republic droid data. I mean, how good do these look? Even if you don't like Star Wars, this is just something to mix it up. Then we got like what? Princess Leia in a cartoon form. It's pretty damn funny. And I'll show you some of the other ones. We got some of the lightsaber crystals, K-Bar crystals. We also have harvested organs, and this time it actually has a hand in it. So a terrific replacer mod for your contraband, something definitely to mix it up regardless if you like it or not. It's just a bit more refreshing. But yeah, nice little mod. And this one is the Star Wars Contraband Replacer by CraftyX Gamer. Gotta love it. Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.